How was day one for you?
I think it was up and down. I mean, it's a lot of getting used to with some of the things you do pre-snap versus American rules, and still learning a system and trying to put it all out there and make it all work.
You're a big guy with big possibilities. What do you try to learn as much as anything in 3 days?
As much as possible, and I think the key things in being in a situation like this is processing the information and bringing it out on the field and actually executing. Some of the things went well, and that's as planned, but some things you always can touch up on and then hope they go better the next time.
How much different do you think the CFL game is from the American side?
I think right now is a big difference. I mean, thinking about the wide field, thinking about the deeper end zone. I had a play in our past Scully where I try to pretty much gun it, thinking the end zone, I run out. I'm like, wow, I should have just threw it through the end zone. The guy had extra 10 yards to run under the ball. And then, of course, the extra guy on defense. And then, of course, 3 or 4 guys moving at one time before the snap. So a lot of different moving parts compared to the American football, especially for a quarterback. And you want everything is so visual for you, but when things aren't moving before the snap and, it's a completely different picture after, that poses its own challenge.
It looked like you adopted well. How do you? What's kind of the next step now? What do you try to do?
Don't speak too soon. We haven't walked in and watched the film with the coaches yet. So, it's an old saying: you never did as good as you think, and you never did as good as you bat until you watch the film, right? So, go in there and take today as a great learning day and try to get on the film and prepare for day 2 tomorrow.
Cardale, you ever been on a practice field with as many QBs? I mean, there were even a couple not dressed today.
No, never. Not knowing what the quarterback situation was until last night, until we broke up into a quarterback room and it was 8 or 9 or 10 of us, and I'm just like, okay, here we go. And I don't see why the practices were so long today, but I think it's just a great way to evaluate guys and put us all in one position to see who can help this team perform.
What was the message coming in? Like, what brought you here? I mean, did they say the position's wide open for whoever?
Nothing was promised to me.
Okay.
Just I know it's a new staff. I know Coach Jones, a defensive guy, and he let his offensive staff run the offense side of things. And I'm just trying to get through these 3 days and put myself in position to be here next week. And then I think when it comes to a position and solidifying a spot on a team, that's up to the coaches, not me.
There's an opportunity for you, though.
I would like to think so. I honestly, I know and I'm sorry, I can't remember their names right now. A lot of different guys right here. I know the 2 guys are veterans. I don't know their situation. I don't know if they played here last year or not. Not too familiar with CFL rules and teams yet. But that's not my focus right now. My focus is getting these installs down packed. Finishing up these next 2 days of Rookie Mini Camp strong, and see where it leads from there.
What are your first impressions here? You been up to Canada before? Or?
I have. I spent time in Toronto when I was with the Buffalo Bills. Me and teammates used to come up a lot and hang out. I spent some time in Vancouver as well, and 2 completely different cities. And being here in Edmonton, they're completely different from Edmonton as well. So beautiful scenery. Haven't had a chance to really explore the city yet, but let's make the team first.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You've been out for a couple of years out of the game.
Yes.
When was the last time you were in an environment like this?
2019 XFL DC Defenders. The COVID hit kind of shut us down right at the midway point of our season. But being in the locker room and being with the guys and going out here and put a helmet on, I remember some of these old pains from having a helmet on, squeezing your jaw. I'm just like, oh, didn't look forward to this. So it's been a minute, but it's just like riding a bike.
What have you been doing the last couple of years?
Us training, and back in the States in Ohio. I have a training facility outside of some of the things I'm doing in our community in Columbus.
So coming here shows the passion you still have to want to play?
For sure. Actually, this past year, a few months ago, I had the opportunity to participate at my college, Ohio State Pro Day, where a lot of NFL, CFL, XFL, USFL teams came in to watch you guys perform and see, if they have a chance, or a lot of guys from Ohio State just got drafted, but I was there to kind of use their likeness to get a look.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, guys.